Every month I was burning $10,000 just to keep my content machine alive. So when I heard AI could replace all of that for $20 a month, I had to find out. And at first, I thought this experiment was about saving money, but what I learned caught me completely off guard. Every single client I've signed in the past few years came from my content. That's why I pay a team $10,000 every month. So I did the obvious. I opened ChatGPT and typed, "Write me a LinkedIn post about marketing." And the result was absolute rubbish. It sounded like a high school essay full of buzzwords like synergy and maximize potential. I mean, is anybody else sick of the word skyrocket right now? Still, I thought I was maybe being too harsh, so I posted it, and within hours, the comments started. "This sounds like ChatGPT. This doesn't feel like you." I'll never forget refreshing my notifications that night. No leads, just strangers calling me out. My stomach sank because in that moment I realized I wasn't just wasting time, I was damaging the trust that my whole business depends on. Because with content, trust isn't optional, it is everything. And without trust, people don't buy. But worse than that, if I couldn't solve this, I'd never get the freedom I was chasing. So I tried some viral prompts that I'd seen on Facebook, and they wrote content that I would never talk about myself. So I canceled all of my plans and paused everything else that I was working on to figure out how to get AI to work. And after more than 2 weeks of 10-hour days, I was exhausted and I was still stuck. But here's the thing, the problem wasn't me. I've been creating viral content for years. I knew exactly what makes content work. The problem was that I couldn't get AI to replicate my team's results. So I pulled up my analysis of 50,000 plus posts and started scrolling. And as I lined up the top performers side by side, I saw it. The same hidden skeleton again and again. It was like the blueprint had been there all along. I just never noticed it before. Because within those 50,000 posts included my top 10 posts that had individually driven thousands of leads. And I asked Chat what patterns it saw, and it saw the same hidden skeleton again and again. So I asked it to save those skeletons as frameworks to its memory, and that's when everything changed. Because frameworks are like blueprints. They tell you where to grab attention, where to build trust, and where to invite people to take action. And the mistake that I had made is that I was asking AI to write without a blueprint. So of course it gave me generic results. But then once I fed ChatGPT my already proven frameworks, the content instantly improved. It started creating posts that had structure, flow, and impact, but there was still a problem. One that could kill the entire experiment. The post had the right structure, but something about them still felt wrong. And if I didn't fix it, my audience would feel it too. Because the post didn't sound like me. It was like reading my own ideas, but in somebody else's voice. And the scary part was that if my audience picks up on that, it would undo years of trust that I'd built. And then I stumbled across YouTube videos about custom GPTs, and it sounded really complicated and technical, but it appealed to me because I already had so much content out there. Coaching calls, trainings for clients, documents, PDFs. So I just fed it those transcripts and something crazy happened. The post came back in my exact tone, my jokes, my banter, my phrasing, my authority. And for the first time, I felt like I wasn't fighting with AI. It felt like AI was actually me. But the real test was still ahead. Could this thing actually work consistently to bring leads and cash into my business? And taking the post that my custom GPT created, I called it Lauren Writer, one post hit 444 leads in 24 hours. Another got 7.6 million views in 1 week. Facebook got 1.7 million views in a single day on a platform that I'd barely been using at that point. And to put that into perspective, buying those leads with ads would have cost me between $5,000 and $7,500. So that week of content performed better than 1 month of paying my 10K team. But then the next week, every single post flopped. Posts that should have hit thousands barely scraped a few likes. Comments slowed to nothing. And suddenly, I was back to zero traction. I was quite literally at the point where I was staring at my screen, refreshing every hour, hoping something would change. Nothing. And that's when the panic hit, because one good week is a fluke. If I was going to replace a $10,000 per month team, it couldn't just work once. If this wasn't predictable, a system, then maybe AI wasn't gonna solve me after all. So I did what most entrepreneurs do when things don't work. I went looking for an automated solution. I spent late nights on YouTube watching gurus show their ultimate AI workflows, N8N automations, multi-agent systems, Chrome extensions, build a 37-step automation that posts to 6 platforms at once while you sleep. I tried them all. Some workflows took me hours to set up and then broke the next day. Others pumped out content that looked polished, but then got 0 leads. I even spent 3 hours building one workflow that was supposed to post on 5 platforms while I slept, and the next morning I checked and it hadn't posted anywhere. Honestly, it was harder than just paying my team. Weeks went by and all I had to show for it was frustration, wasted time, and the sinking fear that maybe AI wasn't gonna work for me at all, and I'd be stuck with this 10K per month expense and replying to quick questions from my editors forever. I was this close to giving up. But then I looked back at that 1 week when everything had worked, and I asked, what if I just did that again? There were no gurus, no 37-step automations, no AI agents arguing with each other in the cloud. Here's all I actually did. Remember the frameworks, the skeletons of the post that I told you about earlier? Well, I gave those to my AI clone. My AI clone was a custom GPT that I had created simply from my previous coaching calls and PDFs that I'd made for clients. Each day my AI clone, Lauren Reiter, she would take the proven frameworks and then fill in the blanks with my own knowledge and proof that was stored in her knowledge base. And then the AI just formatted the post the right way for each platform, and all I did was hit publish. That was it. It took me 10 to 15 minutes a day of copying and pasting from ChatGPT onto social media, and suddenly the post started hitting again. Not just once, but day after day, platform after platform. It was predictable because AI was never about replacing people with complexity. It was about leveraging the knowledge already inside of me. When my clone had the right frameworks, my voice, and a simple daily process, every post became a consistent lead engine for my business. Because while I was looking for an automated system that would save me time, what I was forgetting was the most important thing: the results, the leads, actually making sure this would make me money. And that comes from having the right frameworks and the right post style and structure that you're putting your knowledge into on social media. So if you want me to give you the exact framework that I use to get more than 1 million views every single month on Facebook and millions more across the other social media platforms, send me a message on Instagram. It's just my name, Lauren Tickner, and I'll send it over to you for free. And that's when I realized building the system was one thing, but I didn't want another job. The whole point of this experiment in the first place was freedom. So here's what I did. I documented the process step by step: how to feed the frameworks into the clone, how to check for tone, how to format posts for each platform, how to actually go about posting because using a scheduler is gonna kill your reach. And for 2 weeks, I trained one team member on it. Every day, I reviewed their work, gave feedback, and made small tweaks. And by the end of week 2, they were hitting it perfectly. And after another 2 weeks of me spot checking, I stepped back completely. And today, that team member runs the entire process in under an hour a week. Honestly, I don't even approve the post anymore because that's when the business shifted. I went from Slack pings at midnight to a clone of my voice using proven frameworks running in under 60 minutes a week without me. So yes, there's 120K in profit back in my pocket, but that is my time back, my headspace back, my freedom back. And the crazy part is that it wasn't complicated at all. It was simple, predictable, repeatable. So the real question isn't whether AI can replace a 10K per month team or not. The real question is, what would you do if you got your time, your focus, and your freedom back? Because AI can be simpler than you think. You just need to know what you're trying to get it to do. And if you want to get more leads and clients from social media, the best place to start is going to be cloning yourself with AI, because then you don't have to constantly chat with AI, but it instead stores your knowledge for you. This was the major game changer for me in this entire experiment, because then from there, when you message me the word YouTube on Instagram, I'll send you the framework that you can simply use with your AI clone to bang out content that's gonna get you millions of views, potentially, if you use it the right way, of course, every single month directly from organic social media content. So watch that video next, because it's gonna show you how to build your own AI clone step by step, train on your voice, your proof, and your framework. So click here, watch it now, and I'll see you over there next.